Okay, so we take these bolts, we dropped them in here. In order to put the nut on the bottom, which is what I like to do. Remember, you can use riv nuts underneath here on the steel if you want to. It's just a pain because you got to take the whole wall out to do that and then reassemble it. And so you could do that. What I'm doing though is I'm putting the bolt in there, and in the bag of washers, you can oftentimes find one that has to screw on. And then when it's on, it won't come off, and then you can put the nut on. So I pre-fit. I have a bolt sitting here. I pre-fit the washer. And I take the washer, put it on the bolt while the bolt's in there. I screw the bolt head, just lightly because it's a washer. There's no threads. Once the washer is on there, I take my nut and I hold it on there. I think I am. A little bit of dexterous. Somebody with small hands might be better than how I'm doing it, but there. So once the nut is on, we can reach it with a wrench and tighten it up. But that's how you, that's how you do it when if you don't want to do the removal of the whole bed. And just go slow. I mean, I put my wrench in there. You can go left and right. So there's the first one. So I've got this one in there nice and tight. And then, remember, these Allen wrenches don't have to be super tight. You can tighten the nut underneath with the socket at the end after you lightly tighten it. And then I'll just go down the row with the washers. And I can screw on it's kind of unusual to screw a washer on. If the washer is not screwing on, if they're all loose, just take a little gummy, a little butyl. You guys have seen butyl rubber, right? The stuff they use on windshields, it's like a little gummy rubber. You can put a little bit of gummy rubber on the bolt head, after you put it in here. And then the washer you can push on there. It's like the butyl's like a clay. All this kind of stuff, this is butyl. This is butyl rubber. The stuff that doesn't dry. If you ever see, so what you would do if your washers are falling off, just put a little pea-sized piece of that butyl rubber that they use on windshields, the gummy rubber that never dries. Just put a little bit on there, or a little bit down at the end here, so that when you do like this, it'll stay, on there. I can use this. These washers are, unless you drop them, of course, just like I do. Get a magnet to get that one out. So I hold these washers on, and I can just turn the bolt, and the washer goes on about halfway. There we go. Okay, I believe that's all of them. So now we can tighten each one up, and that's your front wall that's installed, and then we can foam. We're going to take our foam and we're going to fill up the inside of this area, 1.5-inch tube of foam at a time underneath, and then we'll seal this with silicone down here, these little gaps. We'll fill them with silicones, and then we're going to drill a hole just in front of the silicone. So right here, we're going to drill a hole right here that goes through the car, primer it so it doesn't rust, and we're going to give the water somewhere to go. So water technically can leave each one of these divots. I'm only going to do one at each side, just regular driving. And then we'll fill foam out on the outside edge after we put our little tray, our little plate here. Once our little plate is in there, that seals most of it off, but we'll fill this with foam so that water can't drain into the low part of the cockpit.